Hello, Indian Writing in English. The Quest by the famous Indian writer Sarojini Naidu. The theme of the poem is the unadulterated love and devotion for Lord Krishna. In Indian mythology, Radha and Krishna is one of the ideal couples. It is a frantic quest for Krishna by Radha that you can see in the poem. This poem is in the form of a conversation with nature. Here, nature personified. It begins with a phrase, foolish love. It is spoken by Radha. She considers her love foolish. It denotes the depth of love, a love in which she had forgotten everything. And she is going in search of Lord Krishna in early morning, at dawn. And she is asking the wind, "Oh wind, where is Kanaya gone?" Kanaya is another name for Lord Krishna. She continues her search. In the noon, she went near the forest glade. Glade is an open place in the forest, and asked whether it has seen her sweet lover. Forest glade where Lord Krishna used to take rest in the noon. That's why she went to that spot. In the evening, at dusk, pleaded with the Dogre tides. She goes near the tides which are having the grey color like that of doves. At dusk I pleaded with the Dogre tides. "Oh, tell me where my flute player abides, stays." Abides means stays. Where is my flute player? Flute is that musical instrument played by Lord Krishna. So from morning up to evening, she went to different locations and inquired, but she was unable to get the answer. Dumb were the waters, dumb the woods, the wind. Waters, the woods, the wind represent nature. The entire nature was dumb. They knew not where my playfellow to find. They were unable to find out my playmate. And as a result, as she was unable to find out Lord Krishna, she began to weep. She began to mourn. "Oh, where are thou? Where are you, my Ghanshyam?" Ghanshyam is another name for Lord Krishna, denotes the color of Krishna. Suddenly, while she was crying out of sorrow, suddenly she heard hidden laughter. Somebody laughing at her. Then, like a boat that rocks from keel to rafter, my heart was shaken by thy, means your hidden laughter. So suddenly she heard the hidden laughter of Lord Krishna, and that hidden laughter shook the entire body of Radha. That is compared to a boat that rocks from keel to rafter, the entire structure of the boat rocking. So there she uses simile. "Then didst thou mock me with a tender malice?" Tender malice, sensitive tricks by Lord Krishna. Radha almost complains that Krishna made fun of her by his sensitive tricks. Like, again comes another figure of speech simile, like nectar bubbling from my own heart's chalice. Her heart is compared to a cup, and nectar is bubbling from her heart. Thou saidest, you, O faithless one, self-slain with doubt. Lord Krishna says that Radha has destroyed by herself with doubt. Why seekest thou my loveliness without? Radha is actually destroyed by her own doubt, and she is trying to find out Lord Krishna and asking wind, wave, flowering dell, complete nature, the secret that within thyself doth dwell. The reality is that Lord Krishna resides within the mind of Radha, but without knowing that fact, she is going in search of Lord Krishna and enquiring. So that's a foolish act according to Lord Krishna. And finally, Krishna says, I am of thee, I am of you, as thou of me, as you of me a part. Look for me in the mirror of thy heart. I am your part and you are mine, and if you want to find out me, look in your heart. You'll be able to see. So this is a poem, and Sarojini Naidu uses the concept of Prakriti and Purusha. Lord Krishna stands for the concept of Purusha and Radha Prakriti, and union of Prakriti and Purusha is the base of life upon earth. So these two characters, Lord Krishna and Radha, they represent life upon earth. And what exists between these two characters, it is a divine love, or you can say platonic love. And their love is eternal, and you can see the extreme state of love, namely devotion, in the poem. And the philosophical concept that God rests in the heart of the people who worships Him. And the personal love of the character Radha that was transformed to universal love. And what you can see in the poem is union of minds rather than union of bodies. Looking at the diction of the poem, you can find the influence of Romantics and Pre-Raphaelites. Like the famous romantic poet Keats, Sarojini Naidu also uses archaic words, old words that are no more in use in the present English. There are figures of speech like a boat that rocks, or like nectar bubbling. You can see the state of mind of Radha. Her heart was stirred like a boat which has been rocked from top to bottom by the waves. As far as the structure of the poem is concerned, it has 10 rhyming couplets. When we consider Sarojini Naidu as a poetess, with 4 published volumes of poetry to her credit, Sarojini Naidu carved for herself a permanent niche in the gallery of English poetry. She mellowed from writing about English themes to a unique portrayal of Indian themes. Poetry came to her as a natural endowment, so that, like the lark and the nightingale, she sang in full-throated ease. Her poetic creations truly convey the impression of being unpremeditated art. Some of the outstanding features of her poetry are spontaneity and lyricism. The first thing that strikes us in reading Mrs. Naidu's poetry is her exquisite melody and fine delicacy of feeling and expression blended harmoniously with freshness and exuberance of spirit. She is radically a singer of songs or a songbird, the Nightingale of India or Bharat Kokila as she has been variously described. Brevity, melody, subjectivity, intensity of emotion, condensed thought. These are the familiar features of her lyric poetry. There is no burden of philosophic musing in her pure lyrics, yet she can be calmly meditative if she pleases. Her lyrics are short, shallow flight of song. She is a supreme singer of beautiful songs, songs bathed in melody and thought. As a poet of love, Sarojini's poetry undoubtedly belongs to the Romantic school, but it is the romance that, in its most passionate mood, does not descend into vulgarity. As a critic has observed, she has added to literature something Keats-like in its frank but perfectly pure sensuousness. Fidelity is a hallmark of her love poetry. Being happily married to the man after her heart, Sarojini knew from experience all the nuances of passion, longing, desire, separation, agony, and the ecstasy of man-woman relationship, and has given a true expression to these myriad feelings in her love lyrics like Summer Woods or this poem Quest. She was fascinated by the archetypal myth of Radha and Krishna. Besides writing a number of poems celebrating the Radha Kanaya love theme, she has infused her love poems with a mythical dimension. Her themes and subject matter. Like Tagore, Mrs. Naidu too wrote prolifically. Her main theme is love with all its attendant themes such as union, separation, hope, despair. She also tried more serious themes like the relation of the soul and God, life and destiny, etc. Quest is an example. Patriotic and nationalistic themes did not fail to rouse her poetic feelings. Based on the themes, her poems fall into 5 classes: nature poems, love poems, patriotic poems, poems of life and death, and poems of the Indian Sea. Whatever the themes, it is intrinsically Indian. Sarojini Naidu's poetic craftsmanship. Sarojini Naidu has earned tribute for her remarkable command over the English language. She displays an astounding mastery of words. Her diction is fluent and fiery, ornate and florid in keeping with the pattern of the descendants. She shows command in the judicious use of rhymes. Her lyrics reveal a delicate and sensitive ear trained in the best poetic tradition. She uses a variety of meters with little fault in scansion. In general, she does not limit her prosody to traditional metrical measures. On the contrary, she is an adept at prosaic innovations. Many of her poems have a little rhythm. Her style is no way imitative, but gives us the impression of individually as noted by other Simons. Her use of symbols and imagery. In her preference for an ornate diction, notwithstanding the sweet fancies of her poetry, Mrs. Naidu uses similes and metaphors in an abundant measures. Her images have a strong Indian imprint. Her love of symbolism renders her poems multi-dimensional. In spite of all her weaknesses, Sarojini Naidu maintains her high place among the classic poetry of the world. She is indeed a supreme artist in words, imagery, and patterns. Her canvas is a whole nation. As for modernity, she, like Jane Austen, was content to carve on 2 or 3 inches of ivory. As Edmund Goss has admitted, Sarojini is the most brilliant, the most original, as well as the most correct of all the natives of Hindustan who have written in English. Thank you.